Okay, I'm just gonna wait a little bit longer, and then we'll start. Let me just reduce the volume of Unity because I don't want it overpowering me during this. I didn't make this song. This is from Time Splitters 2, but it is all the beats in that game are sick. I do agree. Hello. We're going to be starting in 1 minute. Alright, so let's begin. I guess first off, you see this little line thingy I've done, and right now, if we look at the color, where do I have that? Not bad, I'm gonna have to figure out where I... Ah, okay, here we have. So the color of this line is actually, so I'm actually using a high dynamic range color here. So the value of green is 5, and the value of blue is very close to 1. And so the way screens work is they kind of clamp values down to 0 to 1 for red and green and blue. And so we have this this color is green, like it should be green, but because this color gets clamped off, we end up with a very cyan color. And so there's a way we can fix this, and there's also another way we can use it to kind of help make it look better. And so, if we look at this value, 5 is a very, very bright color, and it's so bright, in fact, that it should it should blind us when we see it. Well, not exactly blind, but look like it's blinding us. And so there's a way we can do this. So if I stop this here and we go to the window little tab up at the top here, there's this you should see one of these called Package Manager. And so if we click on that, we can see a bunch of packages that we have already installed on this project, and so I have a few here. Don't worry about any of them right now. You'll want to select all so that you can view all of the packages that can be installed, and then we'll scroll down and there'll be this one called post-processing. And so we're going to install the most recent version of it. And so this will install, and it'll take a while, and if you guys are like following along live, I'll give you some time to do this too, because my computer might do it faster. I don't know, it's not a laptop, but like even if you're not following along live, you will be able to watch this video afterwards, and kind of like you'll be able to pause it to your leisure in order to follow along if I'm going too fast. If I am going too fast though, and if you're trying to follow along, just let me know in the chat, and I'll slow down. And so this package contains like every single screen effect that you could like think of to add to a game, and puts it in a really efficiently kind of puts them on the screen. And so now that we have it added, oh yeah, I'll give you guys a moment in case it's too slow. And what do we got here? Stuffed flatbread. Not sure what's going on there. Yeah, I'll let this give it a moment. Slow. Okay. I don't know if that's slow down or I'm going too slow. What the heck? Guys, okay. Alright, so that should be added now, and if we look in our packages here, at the bottom right, we'll see we got post-processing is all here now, along with a bunch of documents that I am not going to read the README. Oh, actually, it's a really short README. Maybe I will. Oh, okay, it's just a link to the actual... No, okay, never mind. And so there's a lot of stuff in here. Don't worry, we're not gonna have to go into this folder actually, we can kind of just ignore it. But in our assets here, so I've created a folder called post-processing in my assets, and so if I create, I should have an option for, yeah, here we go, post-processing profile. So we can add this, I'm gonna say profile, and then this profile has nothing attached to it right now. So we can add some effects though. Like, and so the two that we'll be going over today will be bloom and color grading. And so both of these have a lot of features. We're not using a lot of the features. And so a lot of the features that, like when you don't override them, it kind of just does it itself. I think it's a little bit faster when you don't override them. I've never really tested. And so, for bloom, we'll just keep it as is. Maybe we'll turn the intensity up a little bit. We'll be able to figure this out when we actually attach it to the camera. And so in order to get this attached to the camera, we're actually going to go to our main camera here. And... so I removed this from the project, so I have to add it again. But we're going to add, I believe, a post-process layer. And, excuse me. Oh, boy. Maybe this is because I deleted it. That's not good. Oh, crap. Why? No, that's not. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to... Okay, let's try restarting Unity. That always works. It always works. Okay, here we go. I'm thinking because maybe I deleted it and then I'm re-adding it, it maybe broke it. Hopefully not. But if it did break it, I'll have a way to fix it because, hey, I'm using a repo. And I'll be able to reset it to the point where it was working. Yeah, okay. So now it doesn't even see him at all. So what is going on here? Why did it disappear? This is not good. Oh man, I'm sorry about this, guys. Why? Where did it... Why? God damn it. Yeah, none of these say post-processing. What the heck? We've added it. And the package is right there. It's okay though. I'll just discard my changes. And so when I discard my changes here, it should be working. And I'll show the steps on how I got it working. I did this on another project earlier, so I know these steps will work. It's just probably because I removed it and then tried adding again. It caused this issue. I never tested it in this scenario. I assumed that it would be fine. And my problem was that I assumed that things would work when they should. Things will never work when you assume that they will. Okay, so Unity's going to have to go through its whole deal. Yes. Okay, so let's go to our main camera. Here we go. Okay. So very first thing, when you go to your camera, there's going to be this button for allowing HDR. You're going to want to make sure that you turn that on. Put that on. And so what this does, it essentially allows the camera to render beyond the range of 0 to 1. And so if we went back to our line here, and you know, we saw that these values 5 and 1, like those got clamped, like this 5 got straight up clamped to 1, so we ended up with a very cyan looking color when we saw it in game. In fact, yeah, so let me show you what that looks like for everyone that maybe got here a little bit late. And so we'll see. Yeah, you know, it should be really green, but it's not. So when we create this, we want to add component, post-process layer. Put that on your camera, and tell it for the layer for the volume blending, post-processing. This is just a thing that don't worry about it too much. There's a whole bunch of stuff here that does stuff. We don't have to worry about it too much. Okay, so now we're gonna want to create. I'm just gonna delete these because I'm gonna recreate them. I'm gonna hope. Okay, here we go. Why is there two of these? Okay. Is it this one? Okay, it was this one. So hopefully the second P should be lowercase. I think this is an older one. Yeah, so that's the older way that Unity used to do it. So you shouldn't have access to the option. It should have the little aperture on it when you look at it. And so we can add an effect. We want to add bloom, and we want to add color grading. And for our color grading, specifically what we want here is the tone mapping. And so we want to override the mode and tell it to use the ACES tone mapping. And this is kind of just a generic tone mapping. It's used in a lot of things. I forget. I don't even know what it stands for. It's just really good. So we have our camera. We have our post-processing layer, and what this post-processing layer does is it kind of looks throughout all the objects in your scene and looks for looks for objects that have post-processing settings attached to them, and it kind of blends between them based on its position, which is nice for like maybe when you're going inside an interior. The post-processing settings change, and so we'll just create a new game object. We'll call this post-processing settings, and it doesn't matter where it is in this case, but we'll just create a post-processing volume. In this volume, we're going to set is global, and so is global basically means I want you to apply this post-processing volume like everywhere in this area, no matter how close you are to it. And so then we're going to drag that little post-processing effect here that we created onto the settings, and now we can see that we can actually edit the components of it here. And so now if I run this, oh, we have to also set the layer of this post-processing settings to the post-processing layer. The reason why we do this is because in our main camera here, we told it to only look for the post-processing layers. And this is just a kind of efficiency so that it can do it really fast. Okay, yeah, for Super Chats, I don't even have enough subscribers for anyone to even troll me with Super Chats, unfortunately. So yeah, leave a like, leave a subscribe, guys. I need 100 of them or something. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, so the reason why we specify that we put it on a post-processing layer is this script right here looks only at the post-processing, any objects that have the post-processing layer, just so that it's faster. It knows to ignore any objects that aren't, and it does this in an efficient way with using lists. Although I'm not gonna go over that. You'll go over that next semester, I believe, in algorithms. But okay, so we have this. When we hit play, oh, we're getting a lot of errors. Ooh, what are we getting here? What is the issue? What is the issue? Not a valid texture format. Oh, that's a big error. Why are you giving me this error now? What? Okay, you know what? This project sucks. Let's do this in another project. That's pissing me off. Okay. And then I'll just go through all these steps again, just really quickly. In another project. Unity, I swear, at times, man. Alright, we have our camera. Let's see, do we have the package? Package manager, go to all. Okay, we have post-processing. Make sure that you have that. Apparently it's got an update. I'm not going to deal with that right now. So we're going to add a component, post-process layer. Come on. Alright, cool. We're going to create another object with the volume. In fact, actually, you don't even have to create another object with the volume. You can kind of just, you can attach it to the camera as well. It's just, then you have to put the main camera as a layer post-processing, which I don't agree with. Okay. We set this. Okay, I've already created one of these. We can drag it to the post-processing volume. Set it so that the post-process layer takes in from the post-processing layer. And we can already see that the screen has kind of changed colors. No one needs to record. This is a live stream. It's already being recorded by default. Alright, so now when we play this, we have bloom now, and we can actually kind of affect how things look. And so what we can do here is, okay, this is still way too loud. Let me change that. Okay, let's see. We can change how bloom works. I'll wait till the laser goes on again. And what we can do is we can tweak these settings until we get it just the way we want. See what works for you. So like, I can show. So like, you can see how this looks on and off with bloom. I think it really helps add to the scene here. And you can see that the tone mapping also helps. It makes the laser in this case appear a lot brighter. Yeah. So you know, if you add these options, make sure that your camera's set to HDR. Oh wait. Oh, I wasn't even allowing HDR. Oh man, that's so much better. Okay. Wow. Okay, I can't even believe I forgot that stuff. I was wondering what was going on here. I'll probably set the threshold to something like that, maybe. Yeah, so I hope that helps you guys. Does anyone have any questions? Where's your donation link? I don't have one. Yeah. It's so quiet now. Yeah, the music never stopped. You just went deaf. I'm sorry. Sorry, I had a button that did a thing. Ah. Yeah, there's some water. Oh. Okay, so the answer to stuffed flatbread, of course, is, you know, there's your answer. Alright, so yeah, if anyone doesn't have any more questions, I'll figure out a way. How does this save? Or will it just save? Yeah, so yeah, if you guys are using some additive blending for your particle effects and you say hey, have a really bright explosion, adding this will help significantly. So yeah, to show the sound that I had earlier, I can show that again and show you what effect that post-processing had on making that that looked a lot better. Ah, I should have saved. Oh well. Here, when we go to this one, and if everything's if I reset it, this is what it'll look like. Looks a lot better than when we turn it off, in which case it's like, wow. And so if you're wondering how to implement post-processing effects like this into your second-year games in C++, don't worry. I'll be... or if I am the TA next semester, I hope, I'll definitely go into a lot of post-processing for that class, and like you'd be able to recreate this essentially in C++. Okay, now I'm hoping when I end this, it doesn't just delete the video. I suppose we'll find out. Oh, okay, no, wait, my test video still exists. That's a good sign. Okay. Until next time, so yeah, maybe I'll do more of these. I don't know. We'll see. But until next time,